The risks that consumers are facing now are evolutionary. In the past, the scams that consumers have been presented with, the traditional scams, the advance fee scams, the my uncle died leaving me a fortune, I want to share it with you, etc. Those have largely disappeared. And we've evolved now to a new set of scams and deceptions that consumers are falling for, left, right and centre. Commonly at the moment, people are falling for phishing scams. At least 2 or 3 times a day, I get an email saying that my inbox is full, I have to click here to reopen it, to re-enable it, or that there's a package waiting for me and I have to go to the shipping company's website to release it, banking issues. And many people will have seen these emails, they have received these emails, and immediately what happens, and people fall for this all the time, is they click on the link and they see a very high quality replica of their bank's website, of a shipping company's website, of an internet service provider's website. Click on some links, they're asked for the username and passwords, and before they know it, they've given away their digital identity. And who knows what the scammers will then do with that. If it's your bank, then obviously they'll raid the bank account and before you know it, your money's gone. If it's your email inbox, they then have command over your inbox and the emails that you send and receive. With shipping companies, again, it's often money they want, or again, it's just your digital identity. The risks are profound with these because you are giving away your identity, you're giving away your bank account details, and the problem with scammers that you only realize when you've encountered them is that they don't offer refunds. Once you've given the scammer your money, he or she is not going to give it back. One thing we've been working on a lot recently is scams based on social media, particularly Facebook. And what happens is a genuine Facebook profile appears to be offering an amazing investment, an amazing way to make money, and it appears to be a genuine Facebook profile. And what's going on is that people are selling their Facebook profiles, or they're being persuaded to hand over their Facebook credentials, their Instagram credentials, and so on. And we've been looking at this quite a lot, and people are genuinely selling their profiles, selling their identity for money. One of the great things about living in the modern era is the convenience we now have with the internet, with the ability to transact online, to buy things online, to have things shipped straight to our homes and to our offices. And that's a wonderful thing when it works. However, it does bring up a whole lot of challenges and issues. Is the company you think you're dealing with genuine? People ask me quite often, is this company in China a real company? Well, it's very difficult to tell. When you're transacting, when you're buying things online, when you're operating digitally, you still have rights. The Consumer Protection Act applies to anything you buy in Botswana, whether you buy it from a store, whether it's shipped to you, whether you buy something online, your rights remain the same. You have the basic right to goods that you think you've bought. When you buy something, it must do what you think, you were told it will do. You have a right to return things. The difficulty is then, what happens when something goes wrong? How do you enforce your rights? Well, our Consumer Protection Act only applies to Botswana. We can't take someone to court in China, for instance, and say you broke my rights under Botswana's Consumer Protection Act. It becomes an incredible challenge. Now, most companies will have, decent companies will have terms and conditions, and they'll have a policy on returns and replacements and so on. They'll have standards. The challenge is those companies that ignore you. What are you going to do? The key thing is to check out a company before you spend money with them online. Look for reviews. A decent company will publish reviews. They might even give you contacts for other customers, particularly if you're buying something like a vehicle. If you're going to spend tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pula on a vehicle, I would want to speak to other customers who had gone through the same experience. So never be afraid to ask a supplier overseas, give me some names of people, my neighbours, who've also used your services in the past, so I can talk to them. A decent company will have no problem doing that. Any customer that says they won't, you have to ask yourself, what is it they're hiding? My key message is, don't jump in before you've checked the depth of the water. Check out, do your research before you're spending money, even if it's a small amount of money. Check out the legitimacy of the supplier. And you can do that yourself, you can come to us, you can ask your friends and neighbours, ask someone who knows more about these things than you do. But before you spend money online, please, I beg you, check it out. And